Dice right here.
Damn.
OG with the motherfuckers here for my nigga. I want to reach 7-Eleven licks, nigga. Hit, nigga. You know what this shit do, nigga. I do's this shit, nigga. What you mean, nigga? 7-Eleven licks, nigga. 0.9, nigga. Off the dead body, nigga. 0.9, nigga. Let's go, nigga. In the dope, nigga. Hold up, nigga. 0.9, nigga. Money seen, money gone, nigga. Hold on. Lose the pound. Hold up, nigga. Off the dead body, nigga. Rossi. That's the little homie. Hold on. Here it is right here off the dead body. Nigga, hold up, nigga. Hold up. Hold on, nigga. Here it is. Come on, 9.
Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Chal Halem La Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rechai HaKodash. And double honor to the elders of the Apostle Men of Great Millstone. And to the rest of the brethren on down is teaching and preaching the true doctrine of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom by Yahshua Dawadah. And to Zakim and Akwata Sata repent to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who fathers go back to one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob Yahshua Allah. Shalom to you, Mashachah. Now, you got another one. The thing of degeneracy. You see? This is our people through. Both sides is through. Now, whether the brother right there is literally gone, or whether he just gone off fentanyl, or he high off heroin and he just laid out right there, or if he actually dead. You see? But this shows you that Jake is spiritually, physically, and morally unclean. You see? Just physically, morally, and spiritually unclean, man. Now, just say if this brother was laid out, gone, just an empty shell. Just say that. So you're gonna pick up some dice, and you're gonna just to do a video that you gonna throw dice all up against the dead corpse and touch it, and then think ain't nothing of you. A lot of Jakes, like I said, a lot of our people, you are spiritually, morally, and physically unclean in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. You see? Through. Just to upload a bit, like, ain't got nothing else better to do with your chicken shit ass lives but to see the brother laid out, whether he high off drugs or either just actually gone. You see? This is how low you motherfuckers have fallen. How low our people have fallen. You see? And this is why right now Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, he's only worrying about the elect, man. He don't care nothing about the 2/3 of our people, man. Because the 2/3 of our people, they gotta go. They are physically, spiritually, and fucking morally unclean. Calling you and say, you're off the dead body, throwing dice up against if the brother is a core, you throwing you basically throwing the dice up against something unclean, and then as soon as you touch those dice, now your ass unclean. You see? But to show you, our people are through. And it ain't no other remedy but to just fucking discard you. This is why Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai said only we supposed to be only concerned with the elect. That's why he said, let him, he's that is holy, let him be holy still. And he's that is filthy, let him be filthy still. We only supposed to be worrying about those that's turning back to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. The rest of y'all, you can fuck off. See? Because y'all spiritually, morally, and physically unclean. Let's pull these scriptures up. Let's get this first right quick. A lot of you motherfuckers, y'all just been rejected by Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Let's grab this. Jeremiah 2:21. Let's grab that. Fucking degenerates. What it says. It's lucky. And it says Jeremiah 2:21. Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, holy, a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? You see? He said, hey, Hey, how you turn into a damn degenerate plant? Meaning what? Your ass is just through. You're rejected by the Most High. Let's grab this real quick. Let's see. Degenerate, right? The word is sawar, degenerate. You see what it says right there? Turned off, i.e., deteriorated, through. Basically, born in vain, born without ever finding your true purpose. But you motherfuckers haven't been told your true purpose. But guess what? Y'all despise it. You see? What is that true purpose? It says what? Deuteronomy 10 and 12. It says, let us hear well, that's Ecclesiastes. But Deuteronomy 10 and 12 says what? And now, what Israel, what do the Lord thy God require of thee? Meaning, when it says, what do he require of thee? Meaning, what is asked of you? What is you supposed to be doing? It said to what? To fear Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. And to do what? To love him with all your heart, mind, body, and soul. To do what? Keep his ways. Turn back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua and practice your heritage. You see, to the best of your ability. You see? But y'all don't. Y'all defiled. Don't even know your true heritage. You see, just fucking finish. Damn degenerates. So you see what it says right here, but this degenerate. But let's go into this etymology, right? And it says to turn aside, depart. To turn aside, turn in unto. To depart, depart from. Avoid. To be removed. To come to an end. To turn aside. And it says what? Let's come down to the bottom. You see right here it says what? To put aside, leave undone, retract, reject, abolish. Yahweh Shema has rejected you motherfuckers, man. You 2/3 reprobates, you degenerate. Hey, he have rejected y'all. You rejected. And what did he say? Matter of fact, let's grab that. Jeremiah 6. He rejected y'all. If you even knew that brother was deceased. If that's the case. You see, because a body, even if a body just died, it'll start flickering and doing some moves and stuff, even though the body would be dead, the person would be dead. It'll still move, you see. But the point is, this show you how degenerate, how people are through, man. Because even if you thought that brother was dead, why would you want to film it and act like you rolling dice with a corpse? You see? Don't make no sense. And then if the brother is laid out like that, like damn, like you motherfuckers is done, man. But let's go down to this real quick. Jeremiah 6 and 37. I mean 27. Let me see. I just come to the point. You're right. The point is 30. But let's start up a little bit. Let me see. Damn, I want to read it all. Well, let's start at 28. Jeremiah 6 and 28. They are all grievous revolters, walking with slanders. They are brass and iron. They are all corrupters. The bellows are burned. The lead is consumed of the fire. The founder melteth in vain, for the wicked are not plucked away. Reprobate silver shall men call them, because Yahweh had rejected them. What did he do? He rejected most of these motherfuckers by people. You see, if you'd have heard this truth, but you still in that same mindset, not wanting to change, not wanting to repent, not wanting to turn just through. You don't even want to know your true purpose. You see? Because why? They was born in vain. See? That's why he said, let the multitude then perish then, which was born in vain. These motherfuckers that the Most High have rejected. You see? Y'all through, man. You ain't supposed to be doing shit like that. You see? That's why the Most High said, and touch not the unclean thing, and I shall receive you. Now, ultimately, when you go into that chapter, that verse in 2 Corinthians 6 and 17, when you go into that, it's mainly talking about, basically idolatry and you being around unbelievers. You see? But you ain't even supposed to be touching a dead body. And anything that you would touch that touched a dead body, you would be unclean along with that. You see? It's a lot of things that our people don't even fucking understand. It's just like if you had somebody, if you was cooking, pork chops in a frying pan, The Most High despised that shit so much for our people to do. He said you actually supposed to destroy the damn vessel too. You're supposed to destroy the damn vessel that it's in because it will also be unclean. You see? It will also be unclean. You see, what is that? Is that Leviticus 11? Let me see real quick. I think it's like in the latter chapter. The vessel will also be unclean. You see? Let me see. Let me grab it real quick. Because I just want to make the point of you ain't supposed to touch a dead body, your ass will be unclean. 7 days, and anything that touched that damn dead body would also be unclean. And if you touch that thing that touched the dead body, you will be unclean. That's why I said our people, they morally, spiritually, and physically unclean, man. A lot of these reprobates, they through, man. Through. Let me grab that part that one that I want though right quick. Let me see. Where you at? Right here. Leviticus 11 and let's start at this. The point is 33. But Leviticus 11 and I'll start at 31. It says, these are unclean to you among all that creepeth. Now this is dietary law of things we can eat and things we cannot eat. But the point I'm going to make is if you take some unclean stuff and you had cooked it and prepared it in a particular vessel, the Most High despises so much to where you consuming something that he said is unclean, even the vessel that you cook that shit in is unclean and you're supposed to destroy that. What it says, these are unclean to you among all that creep. Whosoever do touch them when they be dead shall be unclean until evening. And upon whatsoever any of them, when they are dead, doeth fall, it shall be unclean, whether it be any vessel of wood, or raiment, or skin, or sack, whatsoever vessel it be, wherein any work is done, it must be put into water, and it shall be unclean until the evening. So it shall be cleansed. Verse 33. And every earthly vessel whereinto any of them falleth, whatsoever is in it shall be unclean, and ye shall break it. You see? Meaning what? You should supposed to destroy that vessel if it had something in it that you was preparing in it that was unclean. That's how much the Most High detests these unclean things. And how much more when you touch a dead body. Let's grab it real quick. Because Jake is simple as hell, man. You see? And our people is simple, man. You can see a brother that's about to get killed by somebody, and the first thing y'all do, you don't try to say, hey, man, come on, y'all stop that, man. Don't do that, brother, man. We the same people. Don't do that, brother. You motherfuckers straight pull out your phone and basically be agitators of the situation. Instead of trying to, calm the shit down or just get your ass away from it, you niggas are filming this shit to be an agitator of it. You see, to agitate the person, yeah, do it, yeah, do it. So I can put this on camera. You know, you can see one of your people finna fight each other. You motherfucker instantly pull out your phone, not to be trying to break it up. You will see women that's finna fight each other, two sisters finna fight each other. Instead of y'all breaking it up and getting in between them and telling them to not do that, y'all will pull out a camera and start filming it. You see, that's why a lot of times I be glad when the Most High shut all this shit down. Because those of us that got this truth, hey, you got it, and you go have it. And you go keep it. But the rest of our people that didn't get it, fuck you. Fuck you, man. You see? A bunch of goddamn reprobates. You see, but let's go grab this in numbers right quick. You see? And matter of fact, and now hardly I might end off with that. That one that's in I think it's a rock. Let's grab this. Let's get this numbers right quick. Numbers, the 19th chapter, right? Now, let's go down. Let me see real quick. Because I'm going to just get the point. You see, Jake just finished, man. Let's jump in at 11. Numbers 19 and 11. He that touches the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days. He shall purify himself with it on the third day, and on the seventh day he shall be clean. But if he purify not himself the third day, then the seventh day he shall not be clean. Whosoever touches the dead body of any man that is dead and purify not himself defiles the tabernacle of Yahweh. Now we understand that the temple ain't standing no more. So we are the temple of Yahweh Shemal Shah. So you are the defiled temple. You see? And then not only that, the pure you still supposed to wash yourself, but we don't do any sacrifice because Yahweh Shah is that sacrifice. But you still supposed to wash yourself. You see? And then your ass still got to go through those days, even though you don't think it now, but you still go through those days of being unclean until that seventh day. Your ass will be unclean still, man. Meaning the Most High won't have nothing to do with you while you're in that state of uncleanness. You see? And this is why a lot of our people, the Most High ain't dealing with y'all, because a lot of y'all, you spiritually unclean, you morally unclean, and you physically unclean. That's why he ain't dealing with a lot of our people, man. You see? You niggas, they run around here worshiping idols, believing in false shit, believing in these damn devils, false ass images and all that shit, and you think the Most High dealing with you? No, you are spiritually and morally unclean, and he ain't dealing with you. You see? But what it says right here, whosoever touches the dead body of any man that is dead and purify not himself, defileth the temple of Yahweh, and that soul shall be cut off from Yasha'Allah, because the water of separation was not sprinkled upon him. And Yahweh Shah's all this. Now, you still got to perform this thing. If you touch something that's unclean, you got to wash yourself. But the point is, Yahweh Shah is all this. He's that water of separation for us, and that sacrifice that would be offered in to the priest. The priest would be they would sacrifice something for you to be purified, but you would still have to go through your process. I don't know what the fuck is. Oh, the hell is that? The fuck. But anyway, it says, and that soul shall be cut off from Yasharallah, because the water of separation was not sprinkled upon him. He shall be unclean. His uncleanness is yet upon him. Verse 14. This is the law when a man dieth in a tent. All that come into the tent and all that is in the tent shall be unclean 7 days. And every open vessel which had no cover bound upon it is unclean. Meaning those vessels was up in that tent, and that brother died. All those things are being there unclean, especially if it was uncovered. Those meaning those things that will be in the vessel also will be unclean. You see? And it says what? And whosoever toucheth one that is slain with a sword in the open field, or a dead body, or a bone of a man, or a grave, shall be unclean 7 days. You don't think this still apply to us as a people today? This still applies. The only difference is, let me just continue reading. It says what? And for an unclean person, they shall take of the ashes of a burnt heifer of purification for sin, and running water shall be put thereto in a vessel. You see? Now, when it comes to the burnt offering, Yahweh Shah is that sacrifice. So we don't have to do that no more. But you still, like I said, you still have to wash yourself. You see? You still have to wash yourself. That's just like right now today. If your mama was on her period and you sat somewhere she sat at, and she fucking sat somewhere and she was bleeding and shit between her legs, and you went down and sat there on this shit, don't you know you're supposed to go wash yourself? You supposed to take off them damn clothes that you got. Go wash them motherfuckers and bleach them. Go wash them motherfuckers and go wash yourself. You see? And you will be unclean until the evening. But the point is, you don't think those things applies to today? You don't think that you think, okay, now, well, my woman was on the period and I could just sit where she was sitting at. You don't think any of those things is just do, man. Right? But it says what? Verse 18. And a clean person shall take hyssop and dip it into the water and sprinkle it upon the tent and upon all the vessels and upon the person that were there and upon him that touched a bone or the one slain or one dead or a grave. And the clean person shall sprinkle upon the unclean on the third day and on the seventh day. And on the seventh day he shall purify himself and wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and shall be clean at evening. You see? But the point I just wanted to read that, matter of fact, we'll read it down some more. It says, but the man that shall be unclean and shall not purify himself, that soul shall be cut off from among the congregation, because he had defiled the sanctuary of Yahweh. The water of separation had not been sprinkled upon him. He is unclean. And it shall be a perpetual statute unto them, that he that sprinkled the water of separation shall wash his clothes, and he that toucheth the water of separation shall be unclean until evening. Verse 22. And whatsoever the unclean person toucheth shall be unclean, and the soul that toucheth it shall be unclean until evening. You see that? So if you wouldn't touch the dead body, your ass is unclean. If you had anything that would touch that dead body and you touched the thing that touched it, your ass is unclean. You see? And you got to wash yourself. You see? But the point is, the sacrificial aspect of it, Yahweh, he fulfilled that. So we don't have to do those things. We don't have to take nothing for a sin offering for purification, because Yahweh is that sacrifice. You see? But you will still have to perform the ritualistic act of cleansing yourself, washing yourself. You see? But the point I'm just reading that showing, hey man, you ain't supposed to be touching no dead body. Matter of fact, let's grab this other one too. What is that? Numbers 9. Numbers 9. Even when it came to us keeping the Passover, if you came across a dead body, you weren't allowed to keep the Passover, man. You see? Because you will be what? Fucking physically, spiritually, and morally unclean, and ceremonially unclean. You see? You wouldn't even be able to keep the Passover. You see? But Jake don't know none of this. This stuff is a part of your heritage, and you don't even know that. And then you think that's a cool thing to be out throwing some damn fucking dice up against the brother. If the brother was there, like I said, it could have been three things. It could have been he was high off fucking fentanyl or heroin or something. Or he could have been up for 2-3 days high and shit, and his body just shut down on it to where he, I'm getting some rest. Or he was dead. You see? I mean, if he was dead, you wasn't supposed to be touching him. Taking something, throwing dice up against touching off the dead body. That mean he nine motherfucker, 9 niggas off the dead body. Jake is just finished, man. You see? And why you think you see the Most High turning these devils up on your asses and they killing some of you motherfuckers, man? Because a lot of you motherfuckers, you just some undesirable ass motherfuckers, man. You undesirables. That's why it says, what good is a tree if that tree ain't bearing fruit? What you gonna do? You gonna cut that motherfucker down, man. You see? This also why Yahweh said among our people, what is that? I think it's in Matthew, the 5th chapter, where it says, if the salt has lost its scent. Matter of fact, let me grab that. Let me grab that real quick before that blow away with the wind. Is it 5? Around 12, 13, or something like that? Yeah, 12, 13. And it says what? It says, ye are, Matthew 5 and 13, ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt has lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is henceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and trodden under the foot of man. You see? What good is it? That's the same way for a damn candlelight. If you supposed to be the candle of Yahweh Shema Shai, if you ain't serving your purpose, what good is you? Blow that shit out. Blow it out. You see? And that's the same way with that salt. If that salt, you putting salt on something and you ain't tasting no salt, it ain't flavorizing the meat or whatever, It ain't no good for nothing. Man, throw that shit away. It's no good. That's the same thing for a tree. If it's a tree growing, just like what? That tree was growing, the Yahushua came looking for some olives on that tree, and he couldn't find none. And he was like, damn, what good is this tree? He come again, and ain't nothing growing on the damn tree. He's like, hey man, cut this tree down and use that shit. And what you gonna do with the wood? You gonna use it for firewood. You see? If you ain't serving your purpose, man, you're good for nothing. You're good for fucking nothing, man. You see? But let's go back to it. Numbers 9, right? And wrap it up. Numbers 9 and let's see, verse 6. And it says, and there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a man, that they could not keep the Passover on that day. And they came before Moses and before Aaron on that day. And those men said unto him, we are defiled by the dead body of a man. Wherefore are we kept back, that we may not offer an offering of the Lord in his appointed season among the children of Yashar'Allah? At least they was mindful. And it says what? And it says, and Moses said unto them, stand still, and I will hear what the Lord Yahweh will command concerning you. And the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if any man of you or of your posterity, your children, shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or being a journey afar off, yet he shall keep the Passover unto the Yahweh. The 14th day of the second month, not the first month, not the beginning of the year, the second month of the beginning of the year. You see, and it says what? At evening they shall keep it and eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. You see? Why? Because he got to go through the cleansing process. You see, he won't be, because he's unclean. You ceremonially unclean, morally unclean, spiritually unclean, and you're physically unclean. You see, so you wouldn't even be able to keep the Passover if you did that. You see? And right now, you think it's any different right now today? When the Passover come around, and if that thing happened, if just say somebody passed away, and you actually touched it, you see? Just say if it was if you had a sister that wasn't married, you can bury her, but you touched the dead body. You see? Or your father, your mother, near kin, a brother, you see? Near kin, you touched them. Right now today, you still wouldn't even be able to keep the Passover. You would have to wait. You would still have to wait and do it the next following month. To this day. You see? But you have my people say, oh no, they ass ain't even keeping the Passover. You ain't even practicing your heritage. You ain't even practicing your culture. But then they'll still say, nah, the law is done away with. No, you ain't got to do that. You fucking is stupid as hell. You stupid as hell. You still wouldn't be able to do this to this day. If you came and you touched a dead body and then you go think you go keep the Passover. That would be a form of you keeping it unworthily. Like he said, any man that keep it to Passover unworthily. As a matter of fact, let me grab that too. Let me grab that real quick. Slakia. 1 Corinthians 11. And it says, after the same manner also. Now you see what it's talking about. It's we eating that bread and so on and so forth. Yahweh Shai, right? Eating that bread and drinking that wine. Which will symbolize when you eat the unleavened bread on the Passover, with your yan and your bitter and your unleavened bread and your bitter herbs, right? And it says what? And when he had given thanks, he brake it and said, take, eat. What was they doing? They was keeping the Passover. He just repeating what was in Matthew 26 chapter. And it says what? This is my body, which is broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me. After the same manner also he took the cup when he had supped, saying, this cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye as often as ye drink it in remembrance of me. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of Yahweh unworthily shall be guilty of the body and blood of Mashiach Yahushua. You see that? So if you came across a dead body and you touched it during the time of Passover, and you didn't go through your washing yourself and keep the Passover the next following month on the 14th day at evening, and if you ate of the Passover that day, that first month, the new year, and the beginning of the month, the 14th day at evening, after you touched the dead body, you did that, you would be doing that unworthily. You would be unworthy, man. You see? So even to this day, you gotta honor this. You see? But Jake is just so far gone, don't even know nothing about your heritage or nothing. You just through. This is why a lot of our people go be destroyed, man. This is why a lot of y'all go be destroyed. Because y'all don't care. You don't think your heritage and your identity mean anything. You don't think your identity mean anything. You got these motherfuckers coming out and saying, oh, but see, my identity is in Christ. Just stupid as hell. Saying shit that these devils taught you to say in them motherfucking pagan buildings. You don't think your identity matter. You don't think what Yahweh look like and who he is. You don't think none of that shit matter. This is why a lot of y'all gonna be destroyed. But I'm gonna wrap it up there before I start running my fucking mouth even more. You see? But I'm gonna let that suffice for now. Giving all honor and praise and glory to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat Hashem, Racha HaKodash. You Jake's a through. Shalom to the hopeful elect of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah.